Good morning, students. I hope you are doing good. As you know, today is 27th of August, so we are almost end of this month. So today I'm going to tell you how to revise your lesson for the test, right? So this is the revision video of grade 3 social studies. Okay? So things that need to remember. So remember this thing. These are the point you have to keep in your mind. It may not be sufficient. There may be any other point also. So first thing, study from the content book, notebook, and workbook. Please be careful to and be attentive to listen this. You have to study from content book, notebook, and workbook, right? And you have to underline difficult words and sentences, and you have to study the activity questions which are asked in the teaching videos, and study difficult and hard questions also, and you have to make questions and answer while studying the content book. In your content book, each block there are four topics are given, right? I'll show you here as like this. Block 1, first topic is different kinds of families. Second topic, looking similar or different. Third topic is relationship in our family. And fourth topic is taking care of the sick and elderly. So what you have to do is you have to read all the topic, right? You have to go through each topic, and you have to underline difficult word. And what you have to do, from each topic you have to make a question and you have to write the answer. Understand? Like that you have to study. So this will be the effective study. And after that, you can watch the videos related to topic and discussion videos also, right? As I told you to watch the video if you have any doubt, and you can see the discussion videos where the questions are discussed, your practice question and workbook question. Learn from did you know and glossary. So in every block, the end of the lessons, there are did you know, few lines are given, right? You have to read that also, and you have to make a questions also. And glossary also you have to read. So glossary is also given where the word and its meanings are given. So you have to read from the did you know and glossary. And don't do revision test in hurry. Okay, be careful while studying and revising the chapter. You need to pay special attention on time while writing on test. Okay, so please keep all these points in your mind, right? So this is block 1. There are 4 topics, and I'll go through each. So in the first topic, it is talking about the Joya's and Arjun's family, which is given in your workbook, right? And what are the difference in these two families? In Joya's family, only women are there, and in Arjun's family, only men are there. Joya's family have 3 people, and Arjun's family have 4 people. Joya's family is smaller, and Arjun's family is bigger. Okay, and in Joya's family, only mother works, and in Arjun's family almost all people work. And second topic is about looking similar or different, right? So in this, we often look like our parents. When you talk about this looking similar and different in a family, to talk about us, we often look like our parents, right? Siblings may look like similar to our siblings, maybe our brother and sister. And similar looking people can be different in behavior. Okay, it is not, if they are looking similar, it's not necessary that their behavior also will be the same. Their behavior may be different, can be different. And most twins have similar physical features. Okay, when we talk about the twins, most twins have similar features. Next. Good relationship. Having good relations make family happy, and having bad relation make families sad or unhappy. Everyone should try to have good relations in a family. So this can be done by loving and caring for each other in family. Okay. So taking care of the sick and elderly people. If there are any sick people in our family or any elderly people like our grandfather, grandmother, so we need to take care of them. This is each and everybody's responsibility in family, especially the grandsons, children. So you have to look after them when they are ill and give them medicine or take them to the doctor, right? So give them love and care. Don't disturb them while they sleep, right? Let's move. Lesson 2. These are the four topics. Changing roles of women. See, earlier, mostly women stayed at home and work as a housewife or work the home work. Now, women go to the work. They not stay only at home. They not do work in home only. They also go out to work. And mostly earlier, women did housework, but now they take decision on important matters in the family also or in the outside where they work, right? So women's looked after family earlier. If you look at the earlier conditions, women looked after family only, but now they balance the family and work both, right? They looked after family also, and as well as same time they balance, they do the work also. So both life they do, both work they do. They balance family and they balance work also. Right. Changes after a wedding. New member comes into the family. So when the family changes after a wedding, when a new member, what changes happen after a wedding? A new member comes into the family. Bride leaves her family and joins the groom's family, and two different families come together. Okay, earlier they were separate, now they come together after the wedding. Responsibility of bride and grooms increases, right? Roles of family members also changes. I hope you have understood. Birth of a child, yes. So what are the changes brings a birth of a child, right? So birth of a child changes the daily routine of the family member and adds a family member. Okay, so it adds a family member, increase the responsibility of especially parents and grandparents, right? Birth of a child and roles of the family member changes when any child take birth in the family. Okay, last topic, we need to help the people who are differently able. Hmm? uh, Differently able people. So caring for the differently able. So because they are not uh, able to do some things on their own, so that's why we need to help them to show that we care for them. So we need to show that we are there for them, to care for them, right? And because our support, encouragement help them. Okay, when we support them or encourage them, so they feel happy, and we help them to achieve what they want through that way, right? Next point, block 3. There are four topics. The first topic is uh, changes in villages and towns, right? Earlier villages had mud and straw huts, mud roads, but many villages today have houses made of bricks and made of tar roads made of tar. Earlier, the number of shops was very few, and one would mostly see bullock carts on the road. These days, we can see more vehicles and shops in a village. Unlike in the past, many farmers use a tractor to plow land instead of oxen. Earlier, towns were not as crowded and had few buildings and vehicles. Today, many towns have changed to big cities with more buildings, people, and vehicles. Right. Second point is changes in lifestyles of people. Right. So if you compare the lifestyle of people earlier and today's, let's talk about then the few perspective. Like in a house, earlier the people have a large house with more rooms and big courtyard. Now today, mostly smaller in size or small flats, right? And let's talk about the clothes. People in earlier mostly wear dhoti, kurta, and sari. There are not much variety of dresses in earlier time, but today's there are a lot of variety of dresses are there, fashions are there, like pants, shirt, eh? and anything, lower, trouser, many things are there. And fun and games, yeah. Earlier people play gilli danda and local games. They go to fair, they go to see the circus for their fun and enjoyment, right? But today people play video games, computer games, movies. They go to movies, theater, restaurants to have fun and enjoy, right? So earlier, people mostly go short distances by bullock carts. Now they travel long distances in less time and with the modern vehicles. Okay, there are a lot of modern vehicles out there. They can travel even long distance with short time. I hope you have understood. So earlier, schools mostly held in the open and had few students were taught in mother tongue. Now schools are bigger, students learn different subjects and languages. And medical, talking about the medical care, people had no cure for many diseases. Lifespan was very short, and now there are more cure for diseases. Span has increased. Let's talk about the environment. So earlier the environment was less green, and earlier the environment was greener. Now it is a less green. Forest is cleared now. Earlier there was a lot of forest, and now the animals are in danger because there is no forest. Trees are cut and increased pollution. So pollution has increased. Earlier there was less pollution or not pollution. Now it is increased. Block 4. Different places in the school. There are many different places in a school, like a bus stop where you go to catch the bus stop in a school. There's an auditorium where you go to perform your cultural program or a special program in any occasion. There are swimming pool. So many schools have the swimming pool in the school. There are sick room in the school where you go to take medicine or have rest when you feel sick. Classrooms. Every school has the classroom, and where you go to, where you study, where your teacher taught, and where you learn different kinds of subjects. Classroom in the open. Earlier, there are two types of classroom. Classroom in the open, classroom in the school building. Like classroom in the open has air that is fresher, no desks, chairs, board, no washrooms, has sights, sounds from the nature. Now the classroom in the building have no ventilation or less ventilation, has desks, chairs, board, has washroom, has things from the classroom, right? See earlier, let's talk about my new friends. Hmm? New class and new friends. So new friends. There's a favorite game. You can play with a favorite game with your new friend. You can play share with your favorite dish with your new friends. You can share your favorite color with new friends, or you can ask what is your favorite color, what is your favorite dish, what is your favorite game, and what is your favorite subject. While asking these questions, you can make a new friend, right? uh, Next point is rules for the school. Some rules to follow in the schools are: first, wear a neat and tidy uniform, reach school on time, throw waste in the dustbins, do not scribble on the walls, walk in a line, wait for your turn, and talk softly and be polite, right? Block fifth, evaluation of transport. There are four topics you need to see. Reasons for travel, right? So first topic is why people travel. So let's talk about what are the reasons that people travel. People travel to go to the market. People travel to meet people. People travel to visit new people. People travel to go to school. People travel for work. People travel to go to attend family functions. People travel to go to attend marriage functions. People travel to visit sick people. These are the reasons that people travel. See, traveling, next point is uh, travel in earlier times, right? See, in earlier time, traveling in earlier times, people travel on foot. Mostly in the earlier times, people travel on foot, or they rode on animals, right? Now the people travel faster by vehicles. People in earlier time, travel was slow and tiring, but now travel is more comfortable than earlier. Okay. Next, vehicles on wheels on vehicles, right? So let's talk travel in earlier times. So people travel by foot or on foot or animals. They rode on animals, and so while observing that, the people use tree trunks and round stones rollings. Okay, so they observe rolling them, and after that fit them to a flat surface to carry load. So through that way they invented wheels. Now after the invention of the wheel, the travel become easier and uh, uh, more comfortable, right? Transport in earlier times, people often pulled by animals. Transport, most of the transport pulled by animals. It was slower, and it has a limited number of passengers and traveled on roads or water. These were the two means of modes of travel. Now, transport now is run mostly on engines. It has a wheel. It is faster. It can carry more people and travel through air also. Okay, there's a mode of travel through air also now. And in both the transports earlier and now, wheel is a common in both. Right? uh, Chapter 6. The different ways of travel are through land and water and air. Land travel includes railway and roadways. Roadways includes bus, taxi, auto, rickshaw, cycle, rickshaw, bike. These are the road travels. Includes trains, right? And we use vehicles like bicycle, auto rickshaw, motorcycle to travel short distances on land. We use trains to travel long distances. For traveling very long distance in short time, we can use airways. Airways, air transport includes transport like airplanes, helicopters. We can use waterways too to travel across water for both long and short distances. Water transport includes boats, ships, and ferry. Right, next topic. Different types of transport. Our choice of vehicle is based on what transport is available in a particular place, and condition of roads, right? So our choice of vehicles depend upon the particular place and condition of the road. So we do not have airports in some places like village. So because not many people may be traveling there as compared to the cities which have airports, right? Next topic, different kinds of roads. So places in village, like in village, so village roads are not much good and muddy. So mostly the transports are used like such as bullock carts and cycle, right? And in hilly areas also there is hilly areas, slopy roads are there. So we may not find auto rickshaws or cycle rickshaws. So mostly in hilly areas people use pony to ride on hills, or to connect two hills people use cable car, right? To go from one hill to another, people use cable car. Okay, and in desert areas, we may not find any modes of travel, car, truck, buses, because it's very difficult to travel through car or bus. It cannot run in desert areas. Okay, so mostly people use camel, right? Camel is known as the ship of the desert. So camel used as a modes of travel in desert. In forest areas, people mostly use elephant because elephant is a strong animal and heavy animal. So that's why it can carry lot of loads. That's why people use elephant. And need for using different kinds of vehicles depend upon. So places like hilly, forest, village, city, desert. So distance, long distance or short distance travel. It depends upon long distance and short. Long distance we use different vehicles. Short distance we use different vehicles. And timing. Fast moving vehicles are there. Slow moving vehicles are available. Okay. Expenses. Money to be spent. Here in both modes of travel, money needs. Okay. Money need to be spent. Availability. If airport is there, railway station is there. Okay, available. So we have to look at about the airport and railways which were available. Okay, block 7, different occupations. There are different types of occupations such as cobbler, which cobbler mends shoes, tailor stitches cloth, electrician it fixes wires, carpenter it makes wooden things, teacher teaches us, plumber fixes the pipe, doctor treats sick people, right? So occupation and training and tools. What are the occupations and what are the training? Where do they get training and what are the tools they use? Cobblers, they get training from another person, either from the family member or outside the family. They need tools such as needle, glue, leather, and etc. Doctors, they get trained in medical college, they study in medical college, and they use stethoscope and syringe and other tools. Teachers get trained from college. They use pen, paper, chalk, duster, etc. Carpenter. Carpenter is trained from another person. He may not need to go to college, right? He may train by any family member or trained by other person. They use saw, hammer, nails, etc. as a tools. Weaver, okay. Difficult to sell things. What are the problems that weaver face? For weavers, it is difficult to sell the things that they make, and they use loom and thread to weave, and they weave cloths. Weaver weaves cloth. They learn skill from another person in the family member or outside the family. So they do not earn much money. Okay, next is Jarina. Okay, let's talk about the Jarina. So it is talking about tools and training. Right. So Jarina know how to climb mountains and run fast. Jarina is an army officer, works in army, and she works in the border, went to an army college. Like, so we are talking about the condition of a woman. Earlier, when you compare earlier time, women were not allowed to work, but now the women are working better, are performing better in the many fields, like in army also. In army, women were not allowed, but now the women's work as army officer, and Jarina is one example, right? She's an army officer. She works in the border, and she went to an army college. I hope you have understood. So, thank you very much. God bless you. Okay.